listen-only mode.
We're live on YouTube, my friend.
Hey there, everybody. You're fine. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon to everybody. Thank you guys for joining today. We're going to be talking about MetaStock today and showing you how MetaStock can, help you out with trades and stuff like that in the markets. But I guess a little bit about myself first. My name is Edward. I've been here for about 2 years now. And I've been in the markets for probably a little bit over the year. I've been using MetaStock and have been enjoying it. Definitely had good trades, bad trades, just like everybody else. But overall, definitely helps me find some great trades. And so today, we're going to be kind of talking about MetaStock and how it can help you. Let's see here. So to get started, I do have to read a disclaimer that we have. So this demonstration is designed to instruct you on using MetaStock and accompanying software plugins, and is not a recommendation to buy or sell, but rather guidelines to interpreting and using specific indicators and features within the software. The information, software, and techniques presented today should only be used by investors who are aware of the risk inherent in trading. MetaStock shall have no liability for any investment decisions based on the use of their software, any trading strategies, or any information provided in connection with the company. Okay, so we got the disclaimer out of the way. So first, I guess we'll kind of talk about MetaStock. We were actually founded in 1982. We've been in business for quite some time. I mean, going back in the 80s, a software company for a computer is not a lot of people had computers back then, so it's pretty cool to know that we've been around, the business for that long. When everybody just started. So we definitely have a lot of experience behind us, especially with the software that can help you in trading. We were purchased, many of you know, Thomson Reuters. We were purchased by them in 95, and then we actually created a real-time feed that was based on their technology back in 2005. But Zenith for real-time traders, which we won't really get into this go around, but that we released in 2012. And then we actually bought ourselves back out from Thomson Reuters in 2013, and ever since then we've been continuously improving the software, having lots of fun with it, just creating new tools and new looks and everything like that. So that's a little bit of the history of MetaStock there. Cool thing about MetaStock is we've actually been considered the top technical analysis software for 25 years in a row, which is pretty awesome. And then for our intraday software, it's been 11 years in a row. So that's a pretty big deal. It shows that we have a lot of credit, and that is with the Technical Analysis of Stocks and Commodities magazine. It's a People's Choice Award. It's pretty cool to have that behind our belts there as well. So today we're actually going to be talking about, this presentation is going to be more for anyone that wants to learn a little bit about MetaStock, how MetaStock can help you, whether you're a new trader, you're an advanced trader, it doesn't matter. I'm going to kind of show you the main tools in MetaStock and how you can actually find opportunities in the software to make yourself some money. So we're going to look at the basic charting in MetaStock and how to find good trades with the software. And then getting in and out of trades is generally pretty hard to do, but MetaStock will show you how that's done, and we'll guide you through that. So we'll kind of go along that as well, and then how to test your system to make sure you're using the right one when looking for your trades, and then how to feel comfortable with your trades as well. So with that being said, let's just go ahead and get started. Also, before I do get started, I do want to mention that I am looking at any questions you have. So if you have any questions, go ahead and type your questions in. I will look at those every now and then and answer them for you. But let's pull up MetaStock. Okay, so for those of you that don't know, this screen right here is actually what MetaStock looks like when we open it. Big gray background, but the main thing you'll notice is there's a bunch of tools along the edges here. These are tools that you'll use for basic charting and shortcuts to get in and out of other things as well. But the main thing that we always go to is the Power Console, which is right here in the top left corner. We click that. Let me see here. It's not opening up. Hold on. I think it's, there it is. It's hiding on my other screen. Sorry about that. Okay. Now, there we go. So when we click on that, this is what the Power Console looks like. This is basically the main flow in MetaStock. You're going to access everything to do with MetaStock right here in this window. And you know, you got your charting tab, you got Explore. The Explore tab is where you're going to be doing all your scans. There's another tab under that for system testing. It's how you're going to test everything to make sure you're picking a good system to trade with. And then we got the Forecaster tool, which will allow you to you know, look at probabilities of future trends and stuff like that. But today we're going to focus on the first three tabs, as we're just going to kind of show you what MetaStock can do. But first we're going to open up a chart. And the way to do that is we go to that chart tab there. You can open up a chart many different ways. We can type in the symbol at the top search instrument search bar here. You can also go right directly under there. There's a lot of different things we can look for securities. Like we have a public online data list. Within this public online data list that I'm pulling in right now, I look at US equities. That's 33,000 different equities that we can pull up, you know, in MetaStock. I think overall we have like close to 400,000 different issues that's available with our data feed. But anyways, yeah, you can go through each exchange separately. There's lots of different symbols everywhere. If you know what you're looking for, typing it in is, you know, going to be a lot easier for you. But on the right side here, you're going to notice that you can actually customize the chart that you open. You can choose how much data is loaded onto the screen when you open that. You can choose a template you want to look at. So if there's a preset charting style that you like to look at, we can select that. That way when we open the chart, it'll automatically go there. But we're going to start out with just opening Apple, I guess. So I'll type that in. Once we do that, click an open chart. Okay. Sorry, this isn't a clean template, so I'm going to open up a clean template really quick, which I'll get to that shortly. Couple questions really quick. When did the presentation start? We just started it like 5 minutes ago, so you're not too late. Okay. Okay, so here is what a chart looks like when you open it in MetaStock. It's just a regular chart, right? I mean, it's just a classic clean chart. The cool thing about MetaStock is it's very customizable, so we can change almost anything within the chart. To start off, this is a bar chart. You can basically double click on anything to pull up a properties window. There's also shortcuts at the bottom here, but I'll double click on the bars for an example, because I'm going to change this chart to a candlestick chart. Basically, when you double click on it, this properties window opens up. There's 9 different charting styles we can choose from. We'll do candlesticks, and then we can change the colors of them. We can choose up candles, down candles. We will make the up candles green, and then the down candles red. And sorry, the screen is on my, the color template is on my other screen here. So it's not showing up, but it just shows the colors. Anyways, once we pick our colors and everything, click apply, close, and there we go, we have our candlesticks. And now what we can do is we can do our charting, right? So to give you a quick example of all the different things we can do with our basic charting here, up here at the top, there's different drawing tools. You know, we can make triangles if we wanted to, you know, by selecting different points. To make a triangle, we can do squares as well, and then we can even make circles. Now, these are just basic charting tools that you can use to help you with your analysis. But then there's also, you can do texts within your charts, back here. There's also another screen that opens up here. There we go. We can also apply little icons on the chart as well. So, you know, if you did some bot here thing, you can apply an arrow if you wanted to. Anyways, you got your basic charting stuff. Up here to the left a little bit, we also have, you know, different looks. If you have multiple charts up, we can change those. You can put those charts in columns, you know, tile format. You can cascade them. Little shortcuts. If you have multiple charts open, you can change that. And then we have shortcuts for our PowerTools, like, you know, if you want to open up the system tester, the Explorer, other little shortcuts here, the Expert Advisor, which we'll get into that shortly. The Expert Advisor is actually something that'll guide you through the trades. It's a very handy tool there. And then in MetaStock, we actually have a lot of indicators available. I think it's over 250 indicators that you can use and apply to charts. And this is the quick list right here. You know, if you know what you're looking for, you can click on this and pull it into a chart. You can even create your own indicators as well, or customize the ones we have. Let's see, I'm answering a question. Don, can MetaStock be used as a trading platform in and of itself, or is it used separate from a platform like So MetaStock is not used to trade within. We're not broker affiliated in any way, so you actually just use our software for analysis only, to look for your opportunities, and then when you find an opportunity, you'll go to a broker of your choice to place the trade. So yeah, it's just an independent analysis software. All right. So moving on, there's other tools as well, like a zoom in feature and you know, other shortcuts and stuff. But then we also have our different cursor style. We can choose like a crosshair cursor style. A lot of, you know, chartists prefer something like that. You can draw your trend lines with the trend line drawing tool. You can place a horizontal line marker there. You can do vertical lines. So you can do all your, you know, your drawings and stuff like that here. It's pretty simple. There's also other tools like the Fibonacci drawing stuff. Back over here where I originally started, you can actually flip through different pages with different drawing tools. Like we can do, let's look for like the Fibonacci projection. We can set that up. Bam. Doesn't look too great right there, I guess. Let's try retracement. There it goes. Okay. So yeah, you know, so you have all those main tools and stuff that you can apply to a chart pretty easily. I'm just deleting all these drawings here by selecting it and delete. Cleaning it up a little bit. Yeah, no problem, Don. Okay, so now that I kind of showed you how, you know, what MetaStock looks like, what it likes to open up a chart, and kind of how you would use it for basic charting, I want to show you what it's like to apply an indicator. So I'm going to actually apply a moving average. Let's see. So we're going to go back to this indicator quick list here, and when we pull that down, we just need to scroll down to moving average, because that's what I'm going to apply for now. Just kind of give you an example. Grab it, drag it over. When you drop something like the moving average on the screen, you get a properties window. With that, you can choose what kind of moving average you want. You know, 20-day, 50-day. We'll do a 200-day moving average. We're going to do a simple one. It'll be red, and there'll be a thicker line there. And now we've got our 200-day moving average on the screen. Let's see. For real-time data, how much is the delay with the real-time data, and what it appears a real-time version of MetaStock? Yeah, so with the data feed that we provide, our real-time intraday delay data is delayed by 15 minutes, but you can get it in live as well. I'm happy to go over those details in a little bit here, but yeah, so we do offer live data on the charts. Anyways, going back to these indicators here, I'm going to plot another moving average. Let's do like a 50-day moving average. So we'll go back over there on that quick list, grab moving average, drop it over the price bars. This time we're going to, you know, have this one be black, and then make it a 50-day. There we go. Okay, now we have our two moving averages right there. You know, very simple to do. I'm also going to plot the MACD. go down there, grab the MACD. Now, here's one of the things when applying indicators in MetaStock. There are certain indicators that need a separate window, and some of them you might want to apply over the price. When you pull one out like the MACD and want to put it in a separate window, you would actually drop it above in this gray bar right here where that little white box appears on my cursor, and it'll make a separate indicator. Anyway, so the properties window will open up, and we can customize the MACD to our preference of how we like it. Automatically, it'll by default it'll go to the common MACD defaults there. I'm gonna hurry up and delete out that. Anyways, now we have the MACD. We've got some moving averages. Now our chart's starting to look a little more colorful, starting to look a little more alive. Now I kind of want to get into how can we take advantage of the software to find a trade. And this is great. We can easily do our charting, but now I want to kind of find a trade. For this next example, I'm going to actually use the MACD because it's the most common type of indicator. Yeah, no problem, Don. So there is a live data feed. The delay, it starts with a delay. You have to pay extra in order to see the live feed, 100% live, but yeah. Anyways, with the MACD indicator here that I have, a lot of people will like to follow the MACD. You can follow a trade using the MACD, and the way you would do that is that there's a solid line up here that crosses over a dotted line. As soon as that cross happens, generally with the MACD rules, you'd get into the trade. And then if it crosses back over the other way, you'd get out of the trade, right? Not everybody knows that. That's kind of the main rules with the MACD, though. It could be a little lagging. But anyways, I might be brand new and I want to see a software kind of help guide me through something like that. We have something called the Expert Advisor, which is this little face up here that we would click, and it's opening in a separate window. 1 second. There it is. Okay, so when you click on that little figure up there, it pulls up a window of different expert advisors that you can actually apply to a chart, which we have many of. We have a lot of different expert advisors available, but for this instance, we're going to apply the MACD Expert Advisor here, so I can show you kind of how it can help you out there. All right. Okay. Now, after applying that, you'll see that there's buy and sell signals on the chart itself. For an example, I'm going to clean this Fibonacci out just to make things a little bit easier to see. So you can see that there's the MACD buy signal, MACD sell signals. You can follow those. It actually looks not too bad on this chart. It's not going to be 100% perfect, but great. That's what you can kind of do with the Expert Advisors. You can follow that. Not only that, but the Expert Advisor actually gives you commentary that you can use based on what you have applied to a chart. And I mean, it tells you a lot of information. For an example, the MACD can provide buy and sell indications in 3 different ways: signal line crossover, overbought, oversold conditions, and divergences. So there's different information a MACD can give you, and the commentary will help you learn what trade it's kind of getting you into. But currently the MACD is bullish since it's trading above its signal line. The MACD crossed above its signal line 7 periods ago. Since the MACD crossed its moving average, price has increased 2.7%. So stuff like that, the commentary can help you through the trade completely. And we have commentary on basically all of our systems that'll tell you exactly what's going on based on the kind of indicators that they use. So it's pretty cool. When you do apply an Expert Advisor, it also applies a ribbon here at the bottom of the chart, which will let you know when you're bearish or bullish, whatever the trend is. Expert Advisors will generally apply that as well. So what I kind of want to do now is I'd like to show you guys how we can scan the markets to look for a trade today. Because I want to find a trade today. How can the software help me with that? We're going to do that now. And because we're kind of using the MACD in this example here, that's what we're going to use to kind of look for a signal today. We'll just probably do a scan in the S&P 500 to see, based on the MACD indicator, what's bullish right now. what is it wanting us to get into. So I'm just going to close down this chart. And before moving on, I do want to ask if there's any questions and let you know. Please ask. I'll take a quick break to answer any questions right now. It can be about what we just talked about, something I talked about previously, or any new questions as well. Momentarily, I'm pulling up the Power Console here. There we go. All right. Okay, so let's go ahead and move on. We're going to go to the Explorer now. We're going to find a scan. So we go back to the Power Console, go to the Explore tab over here, and it'll take us to a somewhat similar screen that we just saw. I'll kind of go through that. So the top over here, you're going to see all the different scans you can run. I mean, there's many different scans. You know, I mean, and what's great is we have a favorites list. So when you find the ones you like, you can add those to your favorites list, and you can always just do the ones that are in there. But there's lots of available scans here. At the bottom, you'll see that's the data that we have. Those are the different lists that we can do the scans in. So we'll pick something out of there. And look, the S&P 500 is already selected, so we'll probably do that one. Keep that selected there. And then over here on the right side, you can customize the scan, right? We're going to scan for daily increments. You can do hourly, you can do weekly, whatever you want. But for now, let's go ahead and look for the MACD. Okay, so we're going to select the MACD buy signal. We're on a daily interval. That's what we're going to keep it as. And then we're going to have the S&P 500 selected. Let's see if there's any positive or bullish MACD trades going on today. So when running the scan, this is the screen that pops up. And sorry, I'm not sure why my screens keep going over there. This is kind of what a scan looks like. Oh, I think we actually had a few scans selected, so I'm going to exit out of this. And there we go. Okay, I'm going to start exploration again. Alrighty. So when we have a scan running, the exploration will kind of give you progress bars. It'll give you information on, you know, how many were rejected out of 46 so far. 100% of them have been rejected. That's okay. We're running one exploration. You know, it's a filtered scan daily. So there's a bunch of information you can look at over here. And if you're running multiple scans, you can swift through the different scans to get all the different information. Let's wait until this one's done here. Right. Hey, we're getting some positive results here. That's good. Not all of them are rejected, so we'll have something we can look at today. I feel like this is running a little slower than normal. Usually I feel like it would be done. You know, Don, I'm not 100% sure how to do the MACD histogram. I think I have an indicator with it. I'll have to check on that, but I'm happy to look for you. We're about 50% done. Yeah, usually, I think I'm just kind of overloading my PC here with a bunch of different stuff going on, so it's a bit slowed down.
Did do local data or live data?
Live.
Yeah, that.
It's probably because we're using a lot of the bandwidth for the live
Oh,
broadcast.
yeah. Okay, that's fine. It's almost done. Should be done here in just a moment. Yeah, I'm happy to answer any questions. If you guys have any questions, go ahead and ask. Now is a great time since we have a little wait time. All right, Don, thank you for the question. You can absolutely install Zenith or MetaStock on a laptop. So for everyone that can't see this, the question was, should I not try to download MetaStock, Zenith, or RT on a laptop? And yeah, you absolutely can install MetaStock on a laptop. That's absolutely fine. You just want to make sure you have like a minimum of 4 gigs of RAM and like a decent processor. I have the requirements page that I'm happy to send to you, but if you have anywhere from 4 plus in RAM, you're totally fine with a decent processor. The software should run fine on something like that, but we recommend 8 gigs of RAM. So, okay, look, the scan is done, you guys. Sweet. So it looks like out of the 500 on the S&P 500, we have 7 results. It's giving us, a buy signals basically with these 7 securities here. Now, there's lots of information we can see. We can see the MACD 41.90 or 0.4192, the previous, the moving average, the percentage above the close. You can see all this stuff, but that's kind of a lot of trades in my opinion, because now it's like you don't want to just blindly take every trade, right, just because the MACD says it's bullish. So what I want to do is I want to show you kind of how we're going to choose one of these securities here to get into, but I'm going to show you what a chart looks like with the MACD buy signal here. So I just clicked on one. When you do that, click, you can double click on one of the results there and it'll automatically pull up the chart for you. So it's pretty straightforward. It's done loading. This is the chart here. It looks like we have stuff already applied. I'm going to apply a clean template. Okay, and let's apply that MACD. And we're going to apply the expert advisor as well, because I want to just take, get a solid example here for you. Okay, look at that, you guys. So we kind of talked about looking for a signal occurring today with the MACD. If that's something you like to trade with, or at least something that you like to see, a positive entry point with the MACD before even considering a trade. Now I can start doing analysis within this chart if I wanted to decide if I really did want to take the trade. The line just crossed over today. So how do I know if I do want to take this trade though? What we're going to do is we're going to do a system test now. That brings me to the next tool, a great tool actually within MetaStock. Some traders don't believe in it. I personally do like this system tester. I think it's a great tool to get a good view on certain things. So we're going to go back to the Power Console here. There we go. Okay, and then now we're going to our next tab here, which is the system test. Okay, so the system test looks, if I go back and forth between Explorer and system test, they look practically identical there. You got your system test at the top, you got your data lists that you can choose from at the bottom, and then you can customize the system test, which is actually pretty important here. For the customization, you can choose if you want to just test on long trades, short trades, or both. It depends on what kind of trader you are. And then you can choose how much you want to test against. So right here is pre-selected at 1250 records. That's basically 5 trading years worth of data. So when we run the test, it'll follow all the long trades for the last 5 years to see our profits and stuff. We can also customize the interval if we're taking daily trades and stuff like that. And then the options, trade options right here is a button that pulls up another kind of customizability menu where you can change things in your account. Like right now we're going to say we have $100,000 in the account and we trade about 20% per trade, which for these purposes will be good here. And then there's a broker tab right here where you can put your interest rates, commissions, all that stuff, trade executions. So just different customizability features there for the system test itself. What I'm going to do is we're going to run a system test on all of the signals that we got for all the securities there. When you run a scan, you'll have kind of a new list pop up within your data set called last exploration results. These are all of the symbols that were added in our last scan as like buy signals, right? This is nice because it allows us to quickly backtest this list that we just got, so we don't have to sit there and type in every symbol and stuff like that. I can actually just select this one list, and then as soon as that's done, first I gotta select the MACD system, so we'll do that. Okay, so got everything selected. We're gonna run a system test on those 7. We picked our trade options and everything. And what's going to happen is that little window shows up with results down there at the bottom right. When it's done, click View Results, and then this screen is my favorite screen, one of many actually. This shows you the results of the system test. It'll give you all the little statistics, net profits, percent gainers, and everything like that between those 7 securities you ran the test on. What I always do is I click net profit twice, and it'll sort it from best to worst. Now, with the MACD for the last 5 years, it looks like taking all the long trades worked out pretty well on Arthur here, whatever this symbol is exactly. But it has, let's see, profited $11,065. There's 11% gain right there over the last 5 years. There was a total of 53 trades. We were profitable on 29 out of the 53 and not profitable on 24. Average profit, stuff like that, so you can see all this stuff. Now, it gets better though. When you actually double click on one of these, so we're going to start with Arthur because that one seems pretty promising to me. You can double click on it and you can get even more details. We can get more in depth with the software. And this just continuously helps us find these trades and makes us feel more comfortable about our investment that we're going to do. So anyways, now when we click on that, you can see, buy and hold profit, what it would have been compared to following the MACD. That's pretty important there. There's performance indices, accounting stuff, bunch of different information you can look at to get a good idea of everything. And then at the top here, there's other tabs as well. Like you can look at all the orders, all the positions, the equity. This is my favorite one, and then there's also the system as well. The equity is probably, in my opinion, one of the most important tabs to look at here in the system tester, because we can have an actual, like a visualized view here of how our portfolio looked over that time frame of being in those trades. This is the equity line right here. Generally what you want to look for is an equity line that will continuously go up, and this is a prime example of that. You can see over time, about the 360th day we did have a dip, but since then it went up pretty good. Actually on the 440th trading day it kind of dipped too. Since then, that's when we continuously went up. And you can see that trades were actually working out pretty well for the MACD on this specific security. They're not always going to look like this. Some equity lines will look better, some will look worse, some will be pretty flat, but this is a prime example of what we look for in a system test. Now, this kind of makes me feel comfortable about using the MACD with the Arthur symbol there. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pull up an example of one to show you what it looks like when you have a bad equity line. So let me go back there really quick. when you close out of a system tester, it's really easy to get back to the results. You go back to the last thing you ran a system test with, right click, click report. It pulls it right up here. Got to find the right one, double click on it, review, and we're back to here. Okay. So I want to look at this red one. Let's see. That's Apache. Okay, so let's look at Apache here to see what kind of equity line that looks like there. All right, that's pretty choppy. That's very up and down. This one, this shows me that the MACD isn't extremely accurate with this symbol here. So if I was using the MACD with my trades, I probably would stay away from this trade. It's not a trade I'd really consider. I don't feel comfortable with this equity line. I'll just wait it out, or I'll look for something better. The Arthur was a prime example of something I do want. But this is kind of a good example of a sideways / bad equity line. Just very choppy, not very good. But that's kind of how you can find a good system in MetaStock. You can back test systems, look for good equity lines, pull up the charts, follow those signals, and basically feel more comfortable with following the trades that the software is providing you with. So what I want to do now is I actually want to pull up the Arthur chart here, because that one seemed like it was really good. As soon as this loads here. And I want to show you the chart itself with the MACD applied to it. And if we have some time here, I'd be willing to show some other systems as well. I don't know if we're frozen here. Let me. Okay, I'll just pull it back up. Okay, so we'll click Arthur. Plot on chart. Yeah, so when you're, by the way, I guess I should have mentioned that when you do a system test and you open up a chart from the results page, you can click plot on chart just like that, what I did, or I'll show you again. So yeah, you can click a symbol, whatever one you want to look at, right? And then you can click plot on chart, and it pulls the chart up and it closes this down for you, so you can start doing your charting right away. It's pretty nice. I like to apply a clean template though, and then look at everything. And so what we'll do is we'll pick up the MACD, apply it to the chart. Okay, and then we'll apply the expert advisor as well. Okay. And now we can look at this chart, you know what I mean? We can apply our moving averages, we can do more analysis, other things you can do when you find a trade like this with the MACD. We have multiple other systems. You can use those systems, apply templates from those other systems, and get a great idea and a good feel of the current trend. You can create your own systems. I mean, it's up to you. Whatever you want to do in MetaStock, you can basically do. We have all the tools available to help you find some pretty good trades. You can then put the forecaster up on here, and you can see how future trends reacted whenever we got a MACD buy signal. That way it'll kind of give you a probability of which way the trend will be going next. So there's a whole bunch of things you can do to figure out how you want to make the trade and if you want to make the trade. But overall, it's great to help you make you feel comfortable in finding the right trade. So it probably wouldn't have been a great idea to just jump into all those trades, but using the tools, we're able to zone down on just one. And as a trader, that's kind of important because it'll help you protect your losses, help you profit more, finding the better trades. And I'm not 100% sure what's going on with my MetaStock here. I'm gonna close it and, oh, I figured it out. Okay, there we go, we're good. Gonna apply some moving averages. I like to see my moving averages on the charts there. Apply that. And that's kind of what we do there. Let me change the color of this moving average. So yeah, that's basically the workflow of MetaStock there, you guys. That's pretty much all that it is. There's also a lot more to it though as well. It can be super simple or it can be complicated. It's up to you. It's up to how you like to make your trades or how you like to do your analysis. Ultimately, I mean, it's a sandbox in a way, right? Other systems that we have that are super awesome. Let me pull that. I guess I'll look at the templates with you guys. So you can go into a chart, right click into it and click apply template, and there's many systems that you can apply to a chart. And you can follow these systems, follow their buy and sell signals. Another great one that comes inside MetaStock that's very well known, it's probably one of our most popular templates that we have, is the RMO. It's a great system. We apply, we have training for the RMO system. Stuff like that. So you can just continue. Look, there's even a buy signal right here with the RMO occurring. So this is how easy you can, look at charts and find trades in the software. Now to kind of move on. So overall, I showed you how we can use MetaStock to do basic charting, more advanced charting with drawing tools and stuff like that. How we can find trades, how we can use the software to guide us through the trade. With commentary, buy and sell signals, there's all that stuff, and then how we can look at the best trade to see which one we actually want to get into, because there is a lot of trades that will pop up, and we do have two different versions of MetaStock. One is meant for end-of-day traders, which gives you end-of-day data, access to all the tools that I just showed you, but in daily through yearly charts. No intraday stuff. It's generally $59 per month. And then the real-time stuff is $250 per month. Real-time will give you access to intraday time frames such as minute, hourly charts, stuff like that. You can see the data pulled in throughout the day as well, throughout the market open hours. And then you also get access to all the fundamental stuff, which is a whole nother world, all the financials, live news, and everything. That's the real-time stuff. With the subscription, you will get free unlimited support, free upgrades. When we come out with a new version, you get all the new features for free if you're subscribing. And then free unlimited access to recorded training, like our YouTube channel. We have hundreds of videos, different trainings. We do different webinars almost on a weekly basis, stuff like that. This offer we're running for those that might be interested in testing the software out yourself, it's a buy one, get 2 months free type of deal. So for end of day, you'd pay $59 to have 3 months of access with no commitments. That also includes our ebook and training videos. And then for the real-time software, it's $250 for the whole 3-month trial there. These are my details here, though. If you go to metastock.com/Edward Stempelvich right there, then you can sign up for that 3-month trial. And then these are all my contact details. You're more than welcome to contact me if you have questions, if you have interest in testing or taking any of those trials, feel free. I'm happy to help you get set up and everything. It looks like we do still have some time, so now is going to be a time where I'm going to just kind of leave it up to you guys. If you guys have questions, I'm happy to check out some more stuff in the software, answer questions and stuff. So I'm going to pull the software back up. I did want to go through all that other stuff first, though. Let's see here. I'm going to close this chart down. Okay. What is this? Oh, okay. Alrighty. So I'm going to kind of show you some other systems that we have. I'll be back testing right now. I'm just going to kind of go through it. I'll do the S&P 100 so scans aren't too slow or anything. We're loading here. What are we loading? My computer's not too happy right now. It just shut down. Okay, well, let's open it up really quick. All right, sorry guys, it's opening. Yeah, so there's every time we release a new version, we add generally lots of new systems, right? When we released 16, we added an awesome system. It was actually an add-on that you could purchase for $400. You had to purchase it. That whole add-on was just included into MetaStock 16. It's actually a really good system. It's called the Adaptive Cycle Toolkit. I'm gonna show you some of those scans and system tests with that one. Seems to work really well. The system tests are great. Easy to use, easy to follow. You know, I don't know why, but MetaStock is not happy with me. I think it's finally doing something. There we go. Okay, so let's just go to this new scans. Okay, so I'm going to go back to the Explorer tab. Might look familiar, super easy to do. We use these tabs all the time in MetaStock. This is the main flow. It's just going back and forth into the Power Console and using the tools there. I'm going to scan with the Adaptive Cycle Toolkit up here, ACT. Mama Fama, it's a pretty cool system. That stands for Mother of All Moving Averages, Mother of All Moving Averages, averages, I can say it, and then Father of All Moving Averages. So we click that. Let's run that on the S&P 100. We're gonna just do a daily time frame. This will be kind of a good little example of how quick you can find a good system in MetaStock, because there's a lot, and it doesn't take too long to find something good either, something that fits your style, something you like. Loading. Okay, we're almost done here. Let's see if we got any entry signals today in the S&P 100. Oh, it looks like we do have 3. Okay. Oh, no, actually short signals. So this will, that's the thing, is when you run scans, you can see, you know, short signals, long signals and stuff. This system works well for both. So we're actually going to back test the short side of this system on these 3 symbols to see if it works well. And I kind of want to show you it on a chart because it's pretty cool. I like the way this system works. Okay, so I'm just going to exit out of this. Remember, when we run a scan and you get some results, it automatically puts all those results in that last exploration data window there. So it's right here. It shows all the 3 if we select that. We're going to select the Mama Fama. We're going to do just short trades because that's the, you know, we got short trades. Let's see how well it works with short trades. We'll keep all the settings the same. Run the test. View results. Ooh, that did not work too well with all those short trades. Yeah, we can look at, like, let's look at one of these equity lines for an example. Yeah, look at that. See, that's the perfect example of an equity line that we want, but in reverse. Definitely want it to go the other way. So that's good. You know, it's okay to find bad trades, and we don't have to get into them. But there's times where you'll find some awesome trades too. We can even, let's just pull up one of these charts to see what it looks like. Pull up Boeing. Oh, not system test. Okay. All right, so this is the Adaptive Cycle Toolkit that we just scanned with. This is actually the template for it. You know, for the short trades, it didn't do too well. But as you can see, look at the long trades on that. Like, there's this good old buy signal right here. Look at that. I mean, that's how you make some money right there. follow a signal like that, stay in it. It's gonna just keep you in, and then, you know, it got you out somewhere over here. Still made some pretty good profits. And there's examples of multiple good trades that are available with this system. I do like this system a lot. I've used it many times. Let's test. I'm curious to see how the long trades are with this. I'll minimize that. Open the Power Console. You know, the main thing that we always open. Let's go back to system testing. And we're going to do long trades only. Let's see what it looks like on that. Equity line, that's the most important thing. Oh, so it started out with this one, for example. It was kind of sideways flat, didn't do too much, right? But then it did shoot up. It did have a pretty big uptrend that it kept us in. It did keep calling those bullish trends though, which is good. Been flat though for like the last year, it looks like. But overall, yeah, that's, you know, that's, if you like that system, you can use it. You can do that with all these other systems that we have here. And keep in mind, we do offer many systems you can use, but there's also over 50 add-ons you can purchase. Add-ons are awesome. Add-ons are created by successful traders. A lot of you might know. For an example, Dr. Alexander Elder. I actually have his stuff in here. Let's see, Steve Bigelow, Vince Vora. You know, a lot of stuff you can buy. Don Fishback for you option traders. That one's pretty good for non-directional. I like that one. A lot of things you can do. You can use these tools that I showed you to find your trades. You know, if you have your own system that you want to try using, awesome. Put it in MetaStock. Use the tools that we have to analyze with it. That's kind of the software, though. I feel like I've gotten everything out that I wanted to. I'll take a couple minutes to answer any questions that comes in, and then, yeah, I think that's about it. And thank you guys so much for being here. I do appreciate that. I know you took time out of your day to sit here with me and listen to me as well. So go ahead and ask your questions. I'll answer them, and we'll go from there. Hey there, Teresa. You can watch that. There will be a recording of the webinar here, so you'll be able to watch it.
To be sure, as soon as this is done, she could watch it right now. She could go to the YouTube video and just click go from the beginning and watch it all.
It looks like, yeah, it looks like you can watch it right away if you'd like. You can start it from the very beginning. Before we do end this session, is there any other questions that anybody has? All right, you guys. Thank you guys so much for viewing today. Appreciate it. Contact me if you have any details. If you want to test anything out, let me know. I'll help you out. Have a great day.